All right, we're live this week. It's July the 27th, and we got a good little show lined up. We're going to try something a little different this week. Um, we're live on the, we're doing the live broadcast on YouTube live this week in conjunction with the broadcast that's going on Station Head. So we got two streams going at once right now. We have the YouTube broadcast going on. It's Chili Head Live or at Chili Head Live. Search for that. You can see what's going on over on YouTube. Um, Other than that, we're going to have a little Texas history this week. We're going to have this week's drink. We're going to talk about the Texas Rangers. What else we got? The countdown to Terlingua. We've got a few things lined up for today. So yeah, that's going to be the rundown. Ainsley's here with me today. She's not in the studio yet. Excuse me. She's not in the studio yet. She's working on some art right now. But she will be joining us later. She did make my playlist for me today, so all the music today that was that gets played will be put together or was put together by my baby girl for me. She helped me out with that. Had a lot going on today, and she come to my savior there and helped me put together the playlist. So anyway, these next songs coming up is going to be by a fan favorite of mine. It's a band called the Honky Tonk Wranglers. They just released their first album. They do have a brand new album out. These guys are much like the days of country music gone by. They are similar to your Hank Senior sounding guy. I don't know who else. All the older eras from the '60s. Those guys do a great job. So we're gonna play a few songs off of their album they just released. The first one coming up is going to be a song called "Better Safe Than Sober." It'll be followed up by "Hanging Around," and the last one will be "Pick Me Up on Your Way Down." So y'all hang out and enjoy the music. When we get back, we'll be doing this week's drink recipe. So hang out and hang on. We'll be right back. This is the Chili Head Show coming to you live only on Station Head Radio and YouTube Live. So check us out on both stations there and see what's going on. Back to the music. All right, we are back live. We're back live. This is the Chili Head Show coming to you live on Station Head Radio and YouTube. You can search for us on YouTube at Chili Head Live to see what's going on live on our YouTube channel now. It's just a video broadcast of what we have going on here during the Station Head Show. Coming up next here is our drink of the week. This week's drink is going to be none other than, what is this thing called? The Turbinado, I believe is what they called it. Yes, it is the Turbinado. This week's drink's the Turbinado. So you get you a glass, a highball glass. You fill it up with crushed ice. You're going to dump in 2 ounces of añejo tequila. You're going to put in 1 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice, 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, a dash of bitters, and 1.5 ounces of ginger beer. Give it a stir and garnish it with bitters and a mint sprig. And yeah, that's the Turbinado. I forgot to mention that you're going to rim the glass. This is a rimmed glass. So before you put your ice in, you want to rim the glass. And this glass is rimmed with a mixture of sugar and cinnamon. So you make you a little mixture of sugar and cinnamon to rim the glass. Then you'll fill it up with ice. You'll do the 2 ounces of añejo tequila, 1 ounce of fresh squeezed lime, 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, a dash of bitters, and 1.5 ounces of ginger beer. And then you'll just garnish it with the bitters and the mint sprig. Sounds good. Got to give that a try. Haven't tried it before, but it did catch my eye. I'm like, hey, that sounds like a good little drink to have on this week. We're going to get back into the music. Let's see who we got coming up next. We have Dwight Yoakam, followed by Casey Musgraves and some Toby Keith. And then when we get back from that music break, we'll be doing the Texas history. Got about 4 different items in Texas history and a little quote from Texas history here. So y'all hang in there, and we're going to get back to the music, and we'll be back after these next round of songs with Texas history. This is Chili Head Live on Station Head Radio, streaming live on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in.
Girl,
All right, this is Chili Head. We are back live on Station Head Radio and on the YouTube channel. If you're looking for us on YouTube, it's Chili Head Space Live. Go to channel, and then when you find my channel, you can go to live tab, and we are there live. You cannot hear the music on the YouTube due to copyright issues with the YouTube channel. There's no synchronization of Station Head with YouTube, so you can't hear the music, but you can see me and my daughter's art in the background. She put her frog up on the wall, and there's also a nice fly swatter hanging up on the wall that my wife is telling me,
That's
get
for the
that
frog.
down. And no, Ainsley says no, she's not taking it down. She said staying up. So
I'm going
anyway.
for a vibe here.
What was that?
I said I'm going for a vibe here.
She said she's going for a vibe. All right, as promised, we're back with Texas history. Today in Texas history, Saturday, July 27th, 1812. Prince Karl of Salms-Braunsville was born in Netzerlitz, Germany. July of 1944, he landed in Texas and spearheaded the establishment of colonies of German immigrants. Nebraska, Texas, is named in his honor of his homeland. In 1888, in the Panhandle, Randall County was organized. In 1940, in Houston, Lonnie Smith was denied a ballot to vote in the Democratic primary because he was black. A legal battle ensued, resulting in a Supreme Court decision granting all eligible Texans the right to vote in the primary elections. And in 2001, the ribbon cutting ceremony was held for the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. The event set 2 new world records, one for the 3-mile-long ribbon and one for the 2,000 people that cut it. All right, we got a little Texas quote here to go along with our Texas history lesson for today. Texas is a state of mind. Texas is an obsession. Above all, Texas is a nation in every sense of the word. And there's an opening convey of generalities. A Texan outside of Texas is a foreigner. That's to quote the great John Steinbeck. All right. Going to get back into the music. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Texas Rangers, and we also got the Terlingua Countdown. So hang in there. This is the Chili Head Show coming to you live only on Station Head Radio. We got who we got listening tonight? We got Talk About It. Talk About It is got a great show that comes on Friday evenings, Friday from 7 to 9. So if you find yourself with a little bit of free time, or you want something going in the background to listen to, I highly recommend tuning in to the Talk About It show on Friday evening, 7 to 9. The guy is a natural on the radio and a natural on the microphone. He should have been in stand-up comedy. The only problem is he don't realize half the shit he's saying is funny, but it is. The guy's hilarious. If you ever hang out with him, your sides will be sore when you leave, man. The guy will keep you laughing the whole time. But yeah, Talk About It. Check out his show Friday, 7 to 9. Got Kyle hanging out with us tonight. What's going on in Kyle's land? We got a little music coming up for you in a little bit here. We got some I think some Cody Jinks maybe lined up for you. We got my wife Yarnell hanging out. Hi, baby. The Lynn Experience. What's up, brother? I'll be seeing you tomorrow. And then of course we got my baby girl hanging out, listening and watching. And so yeah, we got a little bit here. I think Super K of TNT may be going to join us in here a little bit. Mom and dad, they're usually better late than never, but they're usually here at some point in time. So anyway, that's what we got in the house right now. Coming back is going to be the Terlingua Countdown. Yeah, we're going to talk about what's coming up in Terlingua. So hang out and hang on. We're going to get back into the music. This is Chili Head streaming live on YouTube and Station Head Radio. added in YouTube Live as a streaming partner. So we got a little live action going on here. Coming up next is going to be the Terlingua countdown. Countdown to Terlingua. So October the 26th, about noon, I'm hoping to climb out of my pickup truck and put my feet down in the desert sand of Terlingua. We'll be leaving on a Friday night around midnight, hopefully. And that'll give us plenty of time to get there without pushing it hard and just easing out there and taking our time and, just getting there safely really is what it's all about. No big rush. We got all week long. There's nothing going on that Saturday other than setting up camp, riding around, talking to the people that's there and hanging out with, with the guys and the gals that are already there. Talking to people, trying to find new people that we hadn't talked to before. Just hanging out. We'll cook a little something to eat there for lunch or dinner or whatever. And we're listening to a lot of good music and getting the camp set up, our way. Saturday, we don't hit it too hard and heavy. We try to get our sleeping arrangements set up on Saturday and, get a meal made, do a little ride around visiting, drink a couple of beers, hanging out with people. Saturday, that first Saturday for me is usually an early night. I don't generally stay up too late. Try to get it in the bed, around 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So I can get up on Sunday morning and get started with some breakfast and some coffee. And, of course, then we got the shade to put up. Lynn come through with a great deal on some kind of tarpaulin connectors for conduit. I think he ordered off of Amazon or somewhere. It's made exactly for that, putting together conduit pieces. It's just connectors and it works great. He's got a super duper heavy duty tarp that he got, I believe, at the Army Navy store. It's a big, thick, heavy duty canvas tarp. It's heavy duty. It's a struggle to get it kind of put together and get it all up there. It's not a struggle. It's just a challenge, I guess, really. But once you get it set up, man, the shade is invaluable, man, out there. That is that's the whole thing out there, is you're constantly trying to find a place in the shade. There's plenty of it and there's not nearly enough of it. And I know that sounds crazy, but out there's plenty of places that are shady and there's plenty of places that are wide open in the sun. Probably a lot more that's wide open in the sun than in the shade. But either way, when you're out in that sun, if you're not wearing a hat, you're going to be hunting some shade pretty quick because your forehead's going to roast, your neck's going to roast, and so it can be brutal. And then in the same note, you might wake up and it could be 35, 40 degrees outside, wind blowing 25, 30 miles an hour nonstop all day long, and no sunshine and freezing your tail off out there. So I mean, it's the best of both worlds. You can assure in the evening times it's going to be cool though, and when the sun is high in the sky, it's going to be hot, and it changes rapidly. You're 5 o'clock, you're out there riding around in the golf cart or the four-wheeler, and you stop and you chit chat with your friends and you get a fresh beer. You're like, man, we got to get to moving. It's hot, and then all of a sudden that sun starts to peek over that mountain in the west, and when that sun starts setting low in the sky, you kind of feel like you need a little light jacket. And by the time you get that light jacket, it's almost time to start looking for a heavy jacket. It gets cold quick, but I'm excited. It's 91 days until I get to Terlingua there and start getting the camp set up, along with myself and Lynn. And I'm thinking Lynn may have a friend in tow with him, and I'll have my wife with me. And of course, we got to talk about it, and his son's going to be there. They'll be competing in the salsa division. I think they're competing in both divisions this time, the traditional salsa and the non-traditional. They won 7th place last year. This year, they're coming back for nothing less than first place. They're going to take first place in both categories. I got a good feeling of it. Last year, I competed in the chicken wing non-traditional. And that was my first time, and we got a third place trophy on that one. And then I'm hoping to compete again this year, non-traditional and traditional wings both. And I'm hoping Lynn will bring something out and participate in the anything but or something beans or cooking something. He's always cooking stuff that's really good, so I think he's got a great shot of winning a trophy out there as well. Um, so yeah, that's our plans for right now. Get out there and get the camp set up on Saturday, and then finish setting up Sunday. Get the shade and all that put up, and of course, lots of music to listen to, and a couple of cold beers to drink, and hang out and relax, unwind from the stressful days of life, and just kick back and relax with absolutely nothing to do but watch the sun come up and the sun go down. And that's if you've never been there before, I don't have enough words to put in this microphone to explain to you what it is like out there. So relaxing. I love that place, and it's just it's like a mental release to go out there and just kick back in the sun and watch the wind blow. And I mean, with absolutely no cares in the world, you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about don't have to worry about nothing. Just sit right there and watch the world go by, and it is relaxing. I love it. So yeah, 91 days. 91 days. I got to get back on my recipe. I've looked at a few different traditional buffalo wing recipes, and I've got some ideas. I kind of picked out um, what I liked the best, or what I think I liked the best about a few different recipes, and kind of looked at some different quantities of ingredients that they're using in there. And so I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks, week or two, to put together a new recipe for traditional buffalo wing sauce. The last one I put together, it was okay, but it wasn't my favorite. It definitely wasn't something that I would enter. If somebody brought wings to the house and said, "Hey, I made you some wings for a football game or something," oh man, I'd mow through them. They were good, but they wasn't what I would consider something to turn in for a chicken wing cook off. So anyway, that's my spill on it. We are going to get back into the music. Coming up next is going to be a Pam Tillis song. Maybe it was Memphis, followed up by some Alan Jackson and Trace Atkins. And then we'll be back. Coming back, we're going to be talking about the Texas Rangers and what's going on in the AL West. See where they're at, how they're doing, or how they're not doing, and get a catch up on them guys. So, or those guys. So, y'all hang in there. Got a couple of three more songs we're going to play, and then we'll be back with the Texas Rangers baseball report. This is the Chili Head Show, coming to you live only on Station Head Radio and YouTube Live. We'll see you after this next round of music. we are back. This is the Chili Head Show live on Station Head Radio and YouTube Live. If you haven't had a chance to go over there and check out YouTube, we are streaming live on YouTube. Anyway, if you want to check us out on YouTube, you can search for at Chilihead space live or underscore live. My wife was telling me earlier that it was a little bit hard to find me. But once you find the show, you'll see our logo, the Chili Head logo. And so you go there and then just go to live tab on my YouTube channel and it'll show up. We're there. And Ainsley just put a link in the chat section here. So if you want to check us out, we are there. The music does not play on YouTube, and I suspect it's not ever going to play on YouTube because of licensing agreements and copyrights and all that kind of good stuff. And I don't want to get my YouTube channel taken down, so I'm not going to try to skirt the system and play music without their blessing. So for right now, it's just going to be a video audio feed of what we're doing in between the music. So everything we're talking about on Station Head, we're talking about on the YouTube live channel as well. So coming up now is going to be our AL West report. The American League West, of course, is comprised of the Astros, the Mariners, the Rangers, the Angels, and the Oakland Athletics. So it's amazing. The Astros were in third place not too long ago. And obviously they've been playing some solid ball because they're in first place now. They're sitting in first place with 54 wins, 49 losses. The Mariners are in second place, very close behind, 54 wins, 51 losses. So they're only 2 losses behind the Astros. And sitting behind the Mariners are the Texas Rangers, and they're sitting 3 losses behind the Mariners. They have 51 wins, 54 losses. So, yeah, that's 3 games behind the Mariners, and of course, 5 games behind the Astros. Still a lot of baseball to be played, and I hope that the Rangers can go back up there. I would love to see the Rangers take it back to back to the World Series and win it. See, it wouldn't be back to back. Would it be back to back? Did they win last year? Was that last year that the Rangers won? That was last year that the Rangers won. I think. I can't remember. No, it was 2 years. It was 2 years ago that the Rangers went to the 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Houston Astros won it. I just remember it was Texas. Yeah, Texas Rangers won last year. I'm almost certain of it. Anyway, I'm sure Lynn can chime in and remind us.
They won in 2023.
2023. Okay, so this year would be back to back then. Okay. All right, so that's what's going on in the AL West. Support your Texas teams, whether it's the Rangers or the Astros. Show your support for one or both teams. I like the Texas Rangers. I always have liked the Texas Rangers, even back when Nolan Ryan was playing. Nolan Ryan was a heck of a pitcher, and he played for both. He played for the Astros. He played for the Rangers. He played for other teams other than that, but he did retire as a Texas Ranger. But yeah, if I'm not rooting for the Texas Rangers, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm out there rooting for the Houston Astros because I like those guys too. I like watching Jose Altuve play for the Houston Astros. To me, he's a little wiry guy that everybody discounts, but that dude can jack one out of the park in a second. I think his timer runs about 3 times faster than everybody else's. He looks like he's running a little quick on time. And we got Super Kev TNT joining us. Come on in the house, Kev. I got to go by there and see Kev today out at Sam's. He was out there slinging them pink tea telephones, and him and some of his employees was out there. They were doing the the purple pink tea. Um, had to go by there and pay him a visit. We were out there, and so Kev says the speaker is badass. I don't know. Are you talking about the one that I bought, or the one that's the JBL karaoke? The JBL, he says. Okay. Did you get you a JBL speaker today, Super Kev? Talk to me. Talk to me, Goose. He said the JBL. Yeah, the one you bought is badass too. Yep. I picked up a new Bluetooth speaker today. It's made by Monster, and it's similar in fashion to the old Monster one that I have. The speaker's probably a lot smaller, but it does have a built-in 15.6-inch TV in the side of it that runs on battery as well. I think it runs, I don't remember the specs. I want to say it runs 4 hours if you're running the TV and audio, and if you're running just the radio, it runs 8 hours or 12 hours or something like that. But anyway, I went out there today and picked it up. I'd been watching it all summer long, and all summer long it had been $230, and I was like, I'm not paying that much. But I knew towards the end of summer that Sam's would run it on sale, and today it went on sale. I looked at the price last night; it was still $230. I got up today. I was like, I'm going to Sam's. I'll just check the price to see. And to my surprise, $80 off. They had it for $150. I'm like, there it is. It's on sale. Swung on by there and picked one up, thanks to T-Mobile, because T-Mobile and Sam's got together, and I got free gift cards from Sam's for activating my lines out there at the T-Mobile. So that worked out pretty good for me. So I got me a free Bluetooth speaker with a 15.6-inch screen. Compliments of Sam's and T-Mobile. And by the way, if you haven't checked out T-Mobile service, I encourage you to check it out. I've switched over to T-Mobile and have enjoyed it. The service has been better than the previous carrier that I was with, and the data speeds will blow anything else out of the water that I've had in the past. It was or is super fast. We were on AT&T Cricket. And the data was okay at best, but a lot of times it was just terrible. And so, yeah, the pink tea has got us cruising along at light speed. So we're gonna get back into the music here. We come back. I'm gonna talk about my new chicken recipe that I've created. I've got my taste tester and guinea pig here to try it out. I cooked it a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it turned out really well. And so my daughter come in this weekend. I was like, "Hey, I want you to try out my new chicken recipe." She's like, "Cook it up and I'll check it out." So I've got the chicken marinating. I'm going to cook it in the mid morning brunchish time. I'm going to cook it. We should have it grilled up and ready to go by lunchtime. And but I'm going to share the recipe with you. If anybody out there wants to try to make it, super simple and very, very, very good. Anyway, this is the Chili Head Show. We are coming to you live on Station Head Radio and YouTube Live. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, and whoever's watching right now. I don't know if that's my kid or my wife or some rank and file stranger, but either way, thanks to everybody that is listening and watching. We'll be back after this next round of songs. Coming in hot on the T-Mobile 5G Ultra Connect wireless high-speed network. This is Chili Head live only on Station Head Radio. Thanks for listening. All right, we are back live. This is Chili Head Show live on Station Head Radio and YouTube Live. If you're not on the YouTube Live channel, or if you're having problems finding the YouTube Live channel and you want to watch what's going on the YouTube Live channel, you can always head over to my website. I've got a new website. It's a couple of weeks old now. It's a work in progress. However, there's links on my website to both Station Head Radio and to the live stream that's going on YouTube Live. So go to www.chiliheadlive.com. There's a listen live button, and I think I know there's another button over there for watching our show live. If you go over there and you put in that web address and get to the Chili Head Live website, you can find the watch us live. There's something live under the first thing that'll come up is listen live, and then there's something after that that'll come up, and it'll let you listen or watch the show as well. It'll help you find the show. It'll take you directly to my channel. Once you get to my channel, you just click on live, and it'll bring up the live broadcast there, and you can start watching live at that point. So anyway, if you haven't checked it out, I encourage you to check it out, chiliheadlive.com. Links to both YouTube and Station Head there. Last week, I mentioned that me and Yarnell was going to watch a movie, and after the broadcast come off the Station Head, we was going to watch a movie, and we did. I queued it up. It was a movie called Hell or High Water, and it's a movie that I had wanted to watch for a while now, and I guess the tipping point that finally pushed me in that direction, I was looking through Facebook, and there were some reels, all different kinds of reels. Of course, on Facebook, it's random. You get somebody riding a 4-wheeler, and the next thing you know, it's a snake in India. And anyway, I'm sitting there just flipping through all these reels, watching them, and the reel switched to a scene from the movie. It was the movie where the two investigators for the bank robbery were in the diner, and the old lady that was the waitress come out there and asked the two investigators that were dining there, "What don't you want?" And they didn't understand. They wasn't from that town. They'd never been to this place before, and it was kind of a learning curve there. I'm sorry, and she's like, "What don't you want?" And she explained to them in very rudimentary terms that they have been in business for a long time, and the only thing that anybody orders there is the T-bone steak, with the exception of some guy from the north. I think his name was Ketchup Joe, and he come by there and ordered salmon. But the only choices was the corn on the cob or the green beans. So which one don't you want? Do you not want the green beans, or do you not want the corn on the cob? Or the corn. So anyway, we watched the movie. I'd been wanting to watch it. I run across that reel on YouTube, and so I'd been wanting to watch it anyway. I seen that, and I'm like, I said, I'm watching that movie. I've been wanting to watch it, and so it had one of the actors that played the Indian chief in Yellowstone. He was one of the investigators, and then the other guy, what was his name? Jeff Nash, I think is his name. He was kind of like a senior investigator. But it was a good movie. A little unexpected twist there at the very end. You kind of can predict what's coming up in these movies, and kind of you see what's oh, this is coming up. This is going to happen, or that's going to happen. And there was a lot of that, just like any other movie that's out there. But there was a little twist there at the end that I guess kind of in the back of my mind, I kind of expected it to happen, but I was surprised when it happened. I was kind of caught off guard. Whoa. So anyway, so if you get a chance, it's not a new movie. It's an old movie. I don't know, 8 years old. I think it came out in 2016, something like that. So if you get a chance and you hadn't seen it, or if you have seen it and it's been a while, I encourage you to check it out and watch it. I enjoyed it. It was it's something more along my pace. It wasn't like super fast, just constant action. Got to pay attention continuously, or you're lost. It was. I don't want to say it was slow because it wasn't like slow and boring, but it just didn't run away real quick. It was a well paced movie. Everything was laid out methodically, and it was shot well, and just the progression of the movie was easy to watch. You didn't feel like that if you missed one line in the movie that you were going to be lost. I mean, it was an easy watch. So yeah, that was our movie that we watched last weekend after the show. We watched Hell or High Water, and I encourage it. You to watch it. It was a good one. So we get back. We got a couple of more things to discuss. We got about 30 minutes, so we'll try to get everything squeezed in here. Um, yeah. So coming up next is going to be the none other the Gary P. Nunn coming up next. So hang out and hang on. Y'all stay tuned. This is the Chili Head Show. We're live on Station Head and on YouTube Live. So hang in there on one or both and watch and listen. We'll be right back after this next round of music. Thanks to everybody for listening.
I liked it, but like I took a big bite at first, and I was like,
Kind of take your breath there. I mean, I tell you what I've been wanting to do. I want to make some pickle. All right, we are back. This is the Chili Head Show live on Station Head Radio and YouTube Live. This is our first weekend to try a stream of both stations at one time. And so far, it's went off with very few hitches. I've been relatively successful sitting here managing both pieces of software at the same time. But I thank everybody for listening tonight. We have Kyle hanging out with us. We have the Lynn Experience. We have Yarnell, the beautiful, lovely bride. We have Mom and Dad hanging out. I always appreciate Mom and Dad hanging out with me. Super Kev TNT in the house, slinging that pink T-Mobile phone. Today I took it to Sam's and paid him a visit. My baby girl Ainsley's listening. We got Billy hanging out with us. Thank y'all for joining in, Billy and Crystal. We got Billy and Crystal both listening. And I just tried one of Crystal's pickles that she made. She gave us some pickles on the family reunion outing that we went to. And we got to hang out with Billy and Crystal and Mary and Wheelie and, well, a whole bunch of people. And so anyway, she brought us some pickles, and I didn't try any that evening that she brought them out there. And I hadn't tried any since we got home. But tonight, Yarnell and Ainsley cracked out the pickles, and they brought me one. I was like, hey, you got to try this pickle, which I love pickles. I'm like, all right, sure. So they gave me one of the dill pickles. I don't know what we got, all we got. I don't know if we just got dill pickles or if we got something else, but I do know we got dill pickles. And I tried one of the pickles that she made. And let me tell you something. The flavor is outstanding. They're tart dill pickles, which I love a good tart dill pickle. I'm not a Del Dixie pickle fan because they're dill pickles. To me, they have a little bit of sugar or something in there. They're not tart. They're kind of soft on flavor. Crystal's pickles that she made, her dill pickles are amazing. And as soon as this is over, I'm going in there. I'm fixing to get me a couple of more pickles and eat those. So thank you from Billy and Crystal for the pickles that you gave us there on the July 4th family reunion there in Broken Bow. We're enjoying those. And last but certainly not least on our list of listeners is Talk About It. If you've never listened to Talk About It show, or if you have listened to us to Talk About It show, I encourage you to tune in on Friday evenings from 7 to 9 and listen to the Talk About It. Followed up on Station Head Radio is the Muscle Mouse show, starting at the end of Taco show. Starting at 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. is the Muscle Mouse show. So both guys run a great show. They run a tight ship. Talk About It's a great guy to hang out with. He's funny to listen to on the air. He's a natural. Dude just makes you bust out laughing. He's hilarious. And they both run a different show, and they both run a great show. So I encourage you to listen to the Talk About It show, and listen to Muscle Mouth as well. As promised, I had a new recipe that I made a couple of weeks ago, and I gave it a try, and it's something that I was kind of like, man, this sounds like all these things going together is going to make a good recipe. And it did. So I cooked it for me and Yarnell, and she liked it. I loved it. And I took the leftovers next door to my neighbor, Bobby Joe, and I let him have the leftovers there. And he promptly texted me back and said, the chicken is amazing. He really liked the grilled chicken. So I decided, hey, man, I'll just give it a little share this week on the show. If there's anything in the ingredients list that you don't like, feel free to weed it out or replace it with something else and make it your own. But this is what I did. I grabbed a small package of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I think there were 6 or 7 chicken thighs in there. 3 of them was pretty good size. A couple of them were medium size, and 1 or 2 of them was pretty small. But nonetheless, they all turned out great. But to the boneless, skinless chicken thighs, I cleaned off a little bit of the fat. I didn't worry about trying to get every little ounce of fat off there. I just tried to get the big chunks of fat off there. The rest of it kind of rendered and cooked out as it was grilling. I put them in a big container, and I added to that 2 tablespoons of garlic, and I just used some garlic out of a jar. It's already minced up, ready to go in oil or water or whatever they put that in, some kind of preservative to keep the garlic fresh. You could certainly use fresh garlic. I would be under the assumption that if you're using fresh, you probably wouldn't need quite as much because the fresh is pungent. But I used 2 tablespoons of garlic, and then I put 2 tablespoons of ginger in, and I just got some ginger paste out of the produce section at Walmart here in Lindale, and it's a tube, kind of like a little short tube of toothpaste. It's a little plastic tube, and it's just minced up paste of ginger, and I put 2 tablespoons of that in there, and to that I added about a quarter of a cup, give or take, of soy sauce, whatever it took to make sure everything just got a little moistened. I didn't want it really standing in the soy sauce or drowning in the soy sauce. I just wanted everything to get a good coat of soy sauce on it. So about a quarter of a cup of soy sauce, and then I added the juice of 1 lime and about 2 tablespoons of honey. And then last was black pepper and crushed red pepper to taste. If you're a little sensitive to the heat, you can drop off the crushed red and just use black pepper, or even eliminate the black pepper if you're not much on the heat. But I use both. I use crushed red and black pepper, and I use quite a bit of both. I like a little heat on my food, so I went with it. So built a fire on the grill. It was a small fire. I built a low fire and slow cooked the chicken as opposed to just making a ripping hot fire and blasting away at it wide open. I slow cooked the chicken. I probably took about 35-45 minutes, somewhere along in there, to cook the chicken. And once the chicken was done, I made up a baste to go over the chicken, and it was just a half a stick of butter, about a tablespoon of honey, and about a teaspoon of garlic powder. And once the butter was melted, I put all of it together: the garlic powder, the honey, and the half a stick of butter in a little um, condiment bowl. Stuck it in the microwave, heated it slowly until all the butter was melted. It took a while to get everything to incorporate. I stirred, I stirred, I stirred. Man, this stuff is not ever going to mix. This honey and this butter's not going to mix. And the garlic kept wanting to sink to the bottom, but I kept stirring. I kept stirring. After about 2 or 3 minutes of stirring, I noticed it started coming together, and after about another 2 or 3 minutes, tops probably 5 minutes total stirring, I finally got it all stirred together, and it came together and made a good sauce. And I went out there and I basted the chicken. Whichever side was up, I just started basting on the chicken, and I didn't get carried away. I just basted it good on that side, and then I grabbed my tongs and I flipped it over, and I basted it on the other side. And as soon as I basted it on the other side, I closed the lid. I walked back inside and I grabbed a plate to take the chicken up on. Went back out, took the chicken up. So it sat there with the baste on it, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes, something like that. But it wasn't long. But that garlic and honey butter uh, was the uh, was the deal. It sealed the deal on the chicken, and that stuff was nothing short of amazing. So I made up a big batch of it this time. I think I've got 3.5 pounds of chicken thighs that have been marinating since last night, and we're going to cook it in the morning, or I say morning, mid morning, around brunch time. We're going to light the grill and get it going, and hopefully have it ready to cook or finished cooking by lunchtime. And I've got a bag of salad and some carrots and tomatoes and onions, and we're gonna make a nice salad, and then top it with the chicken and the cheese and the bacon bits, and some homemade ranch dressing, and some Louisiana hot sauce, or whatever you want, whatever you like on there. But yeah, we're gonna be making up the salad tomorrow. And I told my baby girl, I said, you can have the leftover chicken, because she likes to take home the leftovers. So I was like, you can have the leftover chicken and take it back with you. So yeah, man, that if you've never made that or anything similar to that, I encourage you to make that. I'm going to try to put together a recipe card on the website and get it posted. Um, my neighbor said it tasted similar to a teriyaki style chicken to him, but not as sweet as teriyaki, maybe. So somewhere in between a grilled Asian teriyaki chicken and just a grilled chicken, I guess. But either way, turned out really good. I enjoyed it. My wife enjoyed it, and I'm certain my daughter's going to enjoy it. But she's definitely going to get to try it tomorrow. So we're going to get back into the music. Coming up next is going to be Joe D. Messina, followed by Tim McGraw and Toby Keith. Thanks to everybody that's hanging out and hanging on. And probably won't have all that time to get all those songs in. We might just get the Joe D. Messina in next. But we'll be back here next time, same place. We're going to try streaming again on the Station Head and the YouTube Live all at the same time next weekend. I hope to make that a permanent addition, start getting some viewers watching the show. So anyway, thanks to everybody for listening tonight, and we're going to get back into the music. Coming in hot on the T-Mobile 5G Ultra Connect wireless high-speed network, this is Chili Head live only on Station Head Radio. Thanks for listening. All right, that is going to be a night for us tonight. This is the Chili Head Show coming to you live on Station Head Radio and on YouTube live streaming. Again, I want to give a shout out to Crystal and Billy Jennings that come and hung out with us there at the Airbnb in Broken Bow and bringing us the amazing pickles. I'm fixing to go in there and get me a plate, and I'm gonna try. I think I read we got some spicy ones, so I'm gonna get a couple of each one of them and have me some pickles. We're fixing to cook some burgers too, so I think I maybe putting me some burger pickles on my plate with my burger there. But thank y'all so much for the pickles; they are amazing, very pungent, and I like that. I love a good strong pickle. So yeah, great pickles. We'll be back next week on Saturday from 6:30 to 8:30 again, playing some of your best music and talking about the usual. We have the drink recipes and the countdown to Terlingua. I hope to have another recipe to talk about on there. But anyway, we'll be talking about it all again next week and seeing what's going on. And hopefully next weekend we'll have Dana and Ray visiting us and listening. I don't know what happened to those two tonight. Maybe they got a hot date going tonight and whatever. So anyway, we're going to get off there and let y'all get back to your business. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. We still got Kyle, my mom and dad, Yarnell, Ainsley, Billy, and Crystal. So thanks to everybody for hanging out there, and we will catch y'all next week. This is Chili Head signing off.